Welcome back to Third Rate Content. Today we will be concluding finally the series, the Bridges of Shrewsbury, and we'll be finishing with Port Hill Footbridge, the Welsh Bridge connecting Frankwell to the town centre over the River Severn. All bridges go over the River Severn in this series. Port Hill, going from Port Hill to the quarry here, and finally the Frankwell Footbridge connecting Frankwell to the town centre of Shrewsbury via the Riverside shopping mall. Buckle up, get ready for the Bridges of Shrewsbury, the conclusion of the Bridges of Shrewsbury, part 3, Third Rate Content. So, Port Hill Bridge, we're just on the other side of the river. That's where we did the original ident. Just crossed over the bridge, we'll cross over again. It's known as Port Hill Footbridge locally. It's a suspension bridge for pedestrians, as you can see. And it was opened 18th of January 1923. Construction started in 1922. A ferry operated here until the bridge was built by David Rowell and Co. Started in 1922. David Rowell and Co. of Westminster, London. £2,000 of the cost of the bridge, the total, was paid for by Shropshire Horticultural Society. £600 was raised by the residents of Port Hill, which is just the borough here. Very nice leafy borough of Shrewsbury. A ferry was once again operated in 2012, quite recently, last 10 years. And that was while the bridge was undergoing repairs and refurbishment, painting, replacing of the timber decks. The cost for that was £575,000, quite a bit more than the original cost of £2,600 back in the day. We're going to do a little walk over for you now. Suspension bridge, so it's quite bouncy. You can definitely feel it when you get on it, as you can see. And there is the Welsh Bridge, our next bridge that we'll be covering.
Yes, a lot of curry.
Get away and
And the Quarry Park, where the Shrewsbury Flower Show is featured each August. St Chad's Church, just. So here we are. Next bridge is the Welsh Bridge. It's a masonry arch viaduct, very similar to the English bridge, built a generation later. It connects Frankwell Borough, the little borough as it's known, to the town centre of Shrewsbury. That's a video in itself, the story of Frankwell, but today we're doing the bridges, so that it connects Frankwell with Shrewsbury town centre. Two listed building, and it was built from 1793 to 1795 by John Tilley and John Carline. John Carline's father worked on the masonry of the English bridge, featured in one of the earlier videos, Bridges of Shrewsbury, and he worked for Thomas Telford. He built Montford Bridge for Thomas Telford under his directions. Obviously did a successful job, because here he is again building the Welsh Bridge. 4 of the arches span 43 feet 4 inches, while the 5th and central arch is 46 feet 2 inches. We'll go and have a closer look in a moment. The bridge is 30 feet wide. It's not as wide as the English bridge. 2-lane road, and it's built from Grindsill sandstone. Like many constructions in Shrewsbury, a local sandstone available in Shropshire. 1, 2, 3, 4th arch. You can't really see beyond that bush. There's the central wider arch with the Charles Darwin shopping centre in the background, headquarter of Morris, renowned Shrewsbury company. And there's the Sabrina pleasure cruiser, which goes up and down the River Severn. Also a little pirate boat that's also for hire. Here we are on the town centre side of the Welsh Bridge. I'm going to show you a little interesting little thing. Well, I think it's interesting anyway. Just here it says commit no nuisance, and it's a polite way of saying please don't urinate here on the Welsh Bridge. It stands up today as much as it did when it was carved some years ago. So, interesting little feature there. Darwin's Gate, modern sculpture. The last bridge on the Bridges of Shrewsbury, the Frankwell Footbridge. Let's go and have a look. It's the steps up to the bridge. Again, this is a bouncy bridge. Single column. Tents. Metal structure supporting the bridge. Connects Frankwell to the town centre, to the Riverside Mall. This bridge was built in 1979, which makes it the youngest of all the bridges featured on Bridges of Shrewsbury. Originally the Riverside Mall was very modern, one of the first undercover shopping malls in Shrewsbury. Now looks a little run down and it's in need of redevelopment. So you've got originally the Shrewsbury Town Council Guildhall, but now the university site. Watch out for the pirates. Aha, here they come. 48 metres in span, this bridge. And still operational to this day. So that was third-rate content, the Bridges of Shrewsbury, finally completed. Took a little while, just over a year. We're hoping to be bringing you more third-rate content over the summer and continuously going forward. Thank you very much. See you soon. Feel free to like, subscribe, and by all means do share. Sharing is caring. Third-rate content. Signing out. See you soon.